Hey guys, welcome to Non-Dominant Hand Drawing for Sunday, January 16th. I'm going to start singing Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again, because oops, I did it again. I posted on Shop Kathy Weller. I posted a live stream on Shop Kathy Weller today, and that's where you can go and see the beginning of this drawing. So, what I will do is I will later download it from there, and I will try and put it up in this non-dominant hand series so you can still see it here. But that won't be until later, and I greatly apologize. I'm sorry I'm late, and I'm sorry that happened. I did it one other time, and yeah, super fun to come to the realization, and but that's okay. You know, just gonna move forward. So today I am drawing Chee out of, I will try not to be too redundant either. I mean, as well, rather. I'm drawing from the Faden Fruits book, and this is a book full of awesome Japanese streetwear, street style, and awesome creative folks that put their best foot forward, right? So today I'm drawing Chee. I will show you real briefly because, you know, because I told you I would. So I'm going to do it here too. Show you the outcome of yesterday's image that I was drawing, the picture. And that is right here. Just want to get to, let's see here. Where are they? There they are. These two ladies. This is Kai and Sayori's in the pink. And I drew them yesterday. They're right here. And I learned a lot about, I learned a lot about how I'm drawing with this hand, and spatial relationships, and compositional relationships, and sizing constraints and stuff like that. And I'm working on all that, and I talk about it, some of that in the live stream I just did. But then last night I thought, hey, I bet a marker would be, wow, isn't it funny how the colors match on this one? Not the same picture, not the same person, but the colors too. I did end up using these colors. Funny. So I thought, oh, markers might be easier for me because, you know, you make a mark with a marker and it's there. This is a little bit more, you have to work with it a little bit more. But the issue with using markers that I didn't think about is capping it on and off. And I don't just sit around with a bunch of markers open. You know what I mean? So I had to open and shut my markers. And you know what? It was not working for me. It was just getting way out of hand. Not for that one picture, but I was just like, I'm not doing this again right now because it's just too much opening and closing of the marker. So that's the deal. So I did a Sami last night, and she was an experiment in marker land with my non-dominant hand. And my lesson learned that my trusty Neocolor pastels are really working for me right now because they don't have caps that I have to open and close. So today we're continuing on the trajectory of working from the Fruits book, and gonna do Chee. So I started doing Chee on Shop Kathy Weller. I did a live stream there accidentally instead of here, and oops, shadow's going the wrong way. And yeah, so that is posted there. I will post it here after. I will put it here after somewhere. I think I should be able to, well, I hope, I don't know, post, I'll figure out how to do it, how to get my live. I'll figure out how to put it in the live, in the series, the non-dominant hand drawing series. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm really enjoying drawing these people. You know, I really haven't drawn people in a while, you know, I just haven't. And this is kind of refreshing for me to do it, to be drawing from this book. And I find that actually drawing from photo reference, like very specifically, not even composite, because I'm just drawing this person here, is refreshing too, because I don't usually do that. So, you know, it's kind of like this situation that I found myself in with my wrist is actually kind of helping me to do things that I had set limits on myself for whatever other reasons. You know what I mean? Like, why don't I draw from photos too much? Because I usually do composite. I talked about this the other day. Because rights, you know, because usually when I draw stuff, I'm always thinking about potential other uses, potential commercial uses for it. And that does limit you from what you can use things for, because I'm not gonna be, you know, using a piece of artwork commercially that was created from something where I don't own the rights from too. You know what I mean? Like you can do that for exploration and experimentation. It's just like sketchbook stuff. But it's really not something you can do unless you get rights to the art. I mean, to the photo reference. So anyhow. So now I'm just trying to do her features, and honestly, this is a bit challenging because her head is tilted and it's thrown me off a little bit. Like her lips, I just drew her mouth a little bit. I'm just trying to, and it doesn't help that I'm working with like this pastel is a bit, it's hard to see what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm basically drawing in the dark here. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. I'm drawing blind. I can't see where I'm putting down my marks. I'm sort of going by feel, by how I know these work, but you know, nothing is perfect. And I can't always tell what I'm doing with these because they are very, you know, blunt. A blunt object. A little blunt object in my hand. So when I started drawing her, just the framework of Chee, I started the head like here. And I stopped myself because this is what I know about myself. I often will be like, starting to draw, I will leave some room. I do it the same way on the left side if I'm doing lettering. And I'm like, oh, where do I want it to? Here. And then I end up, you know, needing more space and not having it. So what I did in this case, and I did the same thing on both sides. I do it here and I do it here, depending on what I'm drawing. And so I bopped her head up a little bit because I just restarted again. And I start with a light color so I can just draw over it. So now I'm just laying down more groundwork of her, you know, lines and stuff. But I will go into it with color later, and you know, it's just kind of gonna grow from here. But I did start out with a light color, but dark enough that I can see it, but light enough that when I make an error, when I make a compositional mistake, when I do a like a spatial mistake, I can then just redraw it correctly, remember, try and make some sort of a mark as like a little a little marker for myself so I remember to go back and fix that when I go on a little bit darker. So, and that is what I did here with this art. So if anybody wrote any comments, I can't see them because I'm sitting, but I do pop my head up every now and then to see if I miss anything. And I'm gonna do that right now. And I'm not missing anything, so that's good. I am curious, you guys, what you prefer. Do you prefer vertical or horizontal composition for the Instagram Live? Because last night I decided that I'm gonna put my lives on YouTube. And I also have been thinking about starting to live stream on YouTube. Kathy Weller Art on YouTube. So I have a channel, I post videos there, but I have a few live streams, but I really don't live stream there, and I do want to start to do that over there on YouTube. So, you know, horizontal is better for over there. And so I was just curious what you guys prefer over here, because over here, even though vertical seems like it might be better, you can always, if you're watching on mobile, you just can have, you know, orientation unlocked, and then if you just turn your phone, you can watch with a much clearer, you know, bigger and better. So anyway, I was just wondering that, and today I put a little poll over on my story asking you guys what you prefer here on Insta. And so far, last time I looked, I should say, horizontal was winning, and that's actually, I looked right before I went live the first time on Shop Kathy Weller. When I did the first live stream today. This is my second one on this artwork because I don't want to leave you guys high and dry. Like I advertised it on this account, and then I accidentally went live on my other account. So, all right, now I'm just trying to draw her eyes. That's good. Okay, good. All right, now let's go in a little more aggressive color. Let's do this. I'm gonna start with some yellow. And I'll probably just sort of go light and dark. I know that it's a better practice for the cleanliness of your art to go light to dark, but that's kind of not the best way for me to know what's going on in my artwork. I need a combo, which is why first I did my frame, then I did some black line work, which, you know, you can use a different color. I just happened to grab the black, and that's what I used, but blue would be cool actually with this one. I didn't grab the blue, but yeah, so there's just, you can just work however you want, whatever works for you. But that is how I work. So I'm just gonna fill in, this is an off-white neo color, and I really, really love the off-white because it's white, but it's not. So you don't have to worry about, it's really nice when you're using on black paper or on a colored paper, because I love it. I love to use white, like white ink, but I like to use like off-white because it just adds a little personality to the white. You know what I mean? it's not so stark. And it all really does depend on what you're using it on or with, you know, because I look at a palette, this is like a universe. A palette is a universe, and I like to have, I don't want to just like grab a different color and introduce it to the universe late in the game. You know what I mean? Or if I do that, then I add flourishes of that color to the universe over the other artwork, because over the entire design, because everything needs to live together in harmony. You know what I'm saying? So that's my universe. And now I've barely even colored her in, but I'm doing a little background stuff. I don't know. I'm just feeling like her aura is so yellow, you know? And I like to do the background too, because otherwise she's floating in space. And we really can't have her just floating in space. That's not cool. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of background here real quick. It also just sort of helps you. It's a guide. It's actually also a guide for your composition, like of the portrait of the person, because you can look at things in spatial relationships with each other, and everything works together. So just another way to, you know, observe and to create your composition. So I'm gonna do some lines, and just to help me a little bit, because this does help me a little bit. So not quite there and there. Okay, let's go back to her. So I'm starting in on the finer details now, and do a little shading here. So she's got real direct sunlight on her, and this is not gray. I know it's a skin tone, and I know that I'm using a gray, but I'm gonna mix it, you know? I'm gonna mix it in with your skin tone, and also I'm adding gray in other parts of the composition, so I'm hoping that it's all gonna gel. It will gel eventually. And this is actually, if you just looked at that as just a color, that's like a dark citron color. It's almost like a mustardy citron, right? If you looked at it in if you had a black piece of paper or a white piece of paper with a little tiny square, I should do that just so I could, you know, do a little show and tell. But it's interesting to see how colors play off each other and how different colors look when they're alone versus when they're in a composition. I mean, colors look completely different. I mean, if I did that to this color here, it would look like, I mean, to me that would look like a grayish purple color, when that's not. It's white, but it would look a little purpley, you know? So I'm gonna add some orange. I'm gonna pump my head up and see if anybody's here. And it's okay if I'm just talking to myself. That's okay. That is okay. I think I'm gonna go for a half an hour with this, and then I will show you the finished art tomorrow. How's that sound? I'm gonna do, this is citron. I'm gonna do some, there's some little lime colored flowers in her pants. So and they're on a white background, and then she has dark blue flowers, but the dark blue flowers are the more prominent ones, and the green ones sort of fade into the background color a little. So I'm not going to worry about doing the green flowers. I am going to do some little dots for the blue ones though, if I can. I was saying on my other accidental live stream today that I have noticed that my control with my right hand has been better with artwork. Like, it's improved more with the art than it has improved with handwriting. So my handwriting is still pretty atrocious with my right hand, but the art has improved, which is great. Oh, did you hear my stomach growling? I didn't eat anything yet today, but I did make a gigantic thermos of chai. So I love tea. I love coffee too. I'm like a coffee and a tea person, but I've been drinking tea the past few days, and I actually really love loose leaf tea. I like bagged tea too, but I prefer loose leaf tea because then I can control the strength of my tea, and the brewing. The leaves get to sort of relax into the water and like give you a better brew. So I'm always looking for a good chai, and I also really love Earl Grey tea. And there's this company, it's an Indian company called Vadam. It's Vadham, and they make a Earl Grey masala chai, and it's so yummy. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like a little chai, a little Earl Grey, and like all good. So I also really like that they give you directions to make the chai on the stove, and I really like that because I think the more you know. I mean, you can like Google it anyway, but I really like that the company is like, hey, you can make chai like this and it's really good. Heat your water in a pot, and then you put your chai in. When the water boils, you put in your tea, and then you let it steep, and then you put in your sweetener if you want, and then you put in your milk or cream or whatever you want, and then it's just so good. Because I actually struggle with such a struggle. I'm just kidding. I do struggle with getting tea that's strong enough, like black enough. I like a nice dark tea, but I also don't prefer that bitterness. But a little bit is okay. That bitter taste with tea. If you let it brew too long, I don't really like that, but I do like a nice strong tea. So this tea is really good. It's strong, but it's not, even if I let it brew for whatever, however long I let it brew, 5 minutes, I let it go, 5 minutes. It's strong, but it's not, bitter. And it really, that Earl Grey flavor really does come through, which is really nice because it's so unusual. I don't know who else makes a Earl Grey masala chai. Like, where else do you find that? I haven't found a company that makes that. Another chai tea that I really like is, oh my gosh, what is it called? If I don't remember today, I will tell you in the comments, in the description of this live stream later. What is it? Bhakti chai, I think. It comes in a unrefrigerated container and super good. I get the unsweetened one, and then I can just add whatever type of sweetener I want. If I want sweetener, you do kind of need sweetener, honestly. I mean, if you ask me, I'm one person in the world. Other people might not think you need sweetener, and that's fine for them. But I like to be a little bit sweet, especially chai, because unsweetened chai is a bit harsh. But I know her skin is not this color. I'm trying to do like a mix of different colors, but it's a little bit challenging because I don't have the right tone. So I'm just trying to mix it as I go. And I'm probably just going to use the white, page white too, because it's just not going to find it. I don't have it in a crayon. I don't have it. So, and you know, I'm not going to break out most of these are water soluble, but I'm not going to break out the water today. I'm not breaking the water out on this paper. I'm using, oh crap, my crayon had a bunch of little dots on it, and I got a bunch of dots on her face, but well, we're just going to have to work with it. I'm going to give her some lips though. This live actually ended before I was finished with the art, so I just added the speed draw here so you could see the final result. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.